Hi, everybody. Welcome to Piercing the Veil.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. That's right.
Welcome back, everyone.
Happy Midwest Storm Day.
Yeah, happy blizzard, thunderstorm, tornadoes, rain, flooding. We've got everything.
Whatever you got, they're throwing it at us. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so we woke up to thunderstorms and rain and supposed to be switching to snow, blizzard conditions, but we're only getting like 3 to 5, something like that. Poor Heidi Pop got 2 feet. So everyone stay safe out there. If you're down south, I know the tornadoes are all over the place, moving in Indiana and all over. So stay safe, everyone. So just to warn everyone, if we go out, Jessica's going to say goodbye to everybody, leave the studio, and we'll try to get on our phones and figure out how to end the stream. So
yes, we might lose power. We've already had flickering lights. So just in case.
We've dropped 20 degrees already. So happy Sunday.
And to be honest, this storm front's going from hot to cold, thunderstorms, the blizzards. My sinuses and allergies are acting up, so I feel all stuffed up and I can't hear very well. So I apologize if I don't hear everybody or if I sound funny. I sound funny to myself anyway. I don't know.
All right. Well, before I lose track, we've got Gary, the best mod in our community. It dropped 40 degrees there today. Whoa. And we got Colleen. We got Polly. Welcome in, Polly. Stay safe yourself. We've got Moon at noon. We got Joyce, Roger. It's nice to see War Criminal. Nice to see you, War. We got Freaky Geek. He's in Canada. I bet he's all snowy. We got Sea Duke, Gemini, Lori Ladd, Amber, Deploratable's daughter. Welcome in. Gemini. I think I got Gemini already. Who am I missing? If I missed you, I'm so sorry.
We got C Duke. We got Mel.
Yeah, I got C Duke.
Mel WD40. Polly.
Oh, hey, Mel. Welcome in.
We got
Coley. Hey, welcome in, Coley. All right.
So tonight we have Jessica, the Cryptid Huntress, a good friend of ours. We've been on her show and she's been on our show several times. So with all the Ohio Bigfoot and all the different stuff going on, we thought we'd talk some Bigfoot tonight. And Jessica just recently traveled to the LBL, so we might get into that subject and let her talk about her experience there. And we'll just go wherever the show takes us, basically. But we'll start off with Bigfoot, definitely.
All right.
So having said all that, we'll bring Jessica up.
Hey.
Hi, Jessica.
Well, hey, y'all. Thanks for having me.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's fun to be back. How have y'all been?
Been doing good.
Good.
Yeah, just surviving weird weather.
We have weird weather headed my way, too. We are in the line of, I'm in the direct path of tornadoes that are expected, and it is hot right now. It's actually warm where I live. You can't tell by my vest, okay? But it's actually kind of warm, and we're going to drop at least. It's going to be in the 20s tomorrow, okay? The 20s. Wow. That is wild. I saw Gary said that it dropped 40 degrees in Oklahoma.
Right.
Good grief. Who's in charge of this? Who is it?
Well,
point him out.
I don't know.
No.
we need to have a meeting with them and get this all straightened out.
Yeah, enough is enough.
I know. I've got some words for whoever's in charge of this weather manipulation.
Yeah, it's weird. Going from 70 degrees, which is above average for us here in Illinois this time of year, going back to blizzards and 30 degrees. Like, are you kidding? Come on, pick one.
I know, right? Bipolar weather.
Yeah.
That is.
The chat saying it's Gary's fault.
Oh, Gary's fault.
Yeah, Amber said we need a spell for the people doing weather mods. Okay.
Yeah.
You go, girl. Get on it, Amber.
Wow.
So we'll start off with letting you talk about, you got a conference coming up with John Stamey, one of our close friends. We both have mutual friends with him.
I do. Actually, I'm going to be, I think I'm one of the keynote speakers. I don't know. I like to say I'm just a speaker. Okay. At the Georgia Bigfoot Conference. It's coming up this coming weekend, on Saturday in Tiger, Georgia. And thank you guys so much for giving the shout outs over on Bryce's channel on Esoteric Atlanta. That was so sweet. And Bryce and her boyfriend Todd are coming to see me.
Oh, great.
By the way, Bryce is like a dance mom. Do y'all know what that is?
Yeah.
Dance mom. She stands back and will record me speaking and like take pictures. And she's like, okay, turn this way. And she like stage pictures for me. She is amazing, y'all.
Yeah, she was telling us that she's going to be there filming, and hopefully she can get some video with you and whoever, and maybe have that as some shorts or bring it on her show.
Oh, yeah. Bryce is amazing. And so is Todd. Shout out to Bryce and Todd.
We've been on her show a few times, but this was the first time that Todd was on with us. So yeah, we had a really fun show Friday with Todd and Bryce.
Y'all did. That was fun. I was in the chat and for that. But yeah, we're gonna have a great time. We've got the North Carolina Investigates crew, and of course we have Matthew Delph, the badass monster hunter. He'll be there. And he sent me a message. He was like, "Can you switch out that picture of me like flexing? Can you put another one?" So, and then he was like, he goes, "Here, this is my GQ picture. Do the GQ, not the flexing." Okay, so I switched this picture out after I sent this one out. But Mark Muncie with Erie Travels will be there, and also the Wilderness Cryptid Studies, the Center for Wilderness Cryptid Studies. Those guys will all be there.
Oh, I don't think I know them.
They're a cool bunch. I think I want to say they're out of North Carolina. Either North Georgia or North Carolina. I can't remember. But really nice people. They actually interviewed me. They have a Rumble channel where they put an interview up with me on there. And cool guys. And so, yeah, so that we actually we've reached out to some more people today. I know that I think Dr. John had reached out to Scott and Sheila Granger. They are with Sasquatch Fishing, I think up in North Georgia, but Sheila just told me they can't make it, unfortunately. But we're going to maybe have some extra surprise guests show up at that event. And of course, some of my research team will be there as well. And I'm going Bigfooting, y'all. I'm going Bigfooting. While I'm out there. So
yeah, I heard you invited your whole chat to go.
No, I did not. Actually. I'm just kidding. I was like, don't y'all show up thinking you're going with me. Okay. But I was kidding. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. And I had Tim Dills, the redheaded stepchild, over on my channel last night. And he's gonna be there.
I was over in their chat the other night because I like watching them. And then I think Brian Sawyer, right?
Yes. Bigfoots of Michigan, Brian Sawyer.
So he reached back out. We had him on our show, then we scheduled him again. Then something didn't work out. And so he reached back out to me wanting us to come on their show. I said, well, that's funny because I was getting a hold of you to come back on our show. And
right. Yeah,
we'll see how that works out. So we might be on NCI, or I don't know if Brian has his own show or if he's going to include us in that or not.
He does. He has his own show. He has his own channel. It's Bigfoots of Michigan, BOM, and Bigfoots of America, BOA, as well. So he has two. He's going to be at this conference next Saturday. He's coming down to Georgia.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna get to meet him in person. He's a super cool dude, and I've been on his show. He's been on mine. So good people, man. We have some of the best people in these, cryptid field research communities and stuff. And it's such a blessing getting to hanging out with all these people. So I see some in the chat right now too. I see some of my research friends.
Lying.
They are.
Yeah, that's why I put it up on screen because I can't keep up with it.
I saw War Criminal. What's up, War Criminal? Who's in here? I hung out at the LBL with him last weekend. And he reached out to us
a week or so ago asking us if we were all right because we took a break in January, then we kind of extended it into February, and so he was asking us to make sure we were all right. And I appreciate that people are checking up on us when we don't have our normal shows up when we usually do. But we just took a little break, and now we're back and doing good.
We're still doing our Fridays. We just stopped doing interviews on Sunday. And once you stop doing it, it's just kind of you get used to it. Like, oh, we probably should reschedule shows now.
You guys are doing great. Look, you know what? The secret to all this podcasting is take a break when you need it.
Yeah,
Okay?
you do.
And
Yeah, you do need a
gosh,
break.
I mean, I need a break from the information overload that's going on right now, all over the internet and stuff. Like I am
Right.
literally like just I've
Oh,
had
it's everywhere.
I've had a rough go at it the past couple of weeks. Okay. I'm tired. I'm tired. I've been traveling all over the southeast and you know, I like to stay up on the current events in the cryptid community, the
Mhm.
cryptid world. Let's not say the cryptid community. There's just a bunch of infighting and drama in that. I'm talking about the cryptid world. Okay.
Right.
The
Mhm.
cryptid world. And there's a lot going on right now.
There
Yeah.
is tremendous
Especially Ohio.
with the new film coming out, supposedly debunking Patty, the Gimlin film, and the
Yeah, I
Ohio
remember about
Bigfoot
that.
going crazy, and there's got some new reports in Oregon, and it's just everywhere. It seems like
Wow.
all at once.
That's right. I've actually put out a little olive branch, I sent a little bird over to one of my top experts on the Patterson-Gimlin film today, and hopefully maybe he might come and join me on the show tomorrow over on my channel to talk about that Patterson-Gimlin film. I know, you know, my first reaction to stuff like that is like, man, there's just people that just want to get clicks and views and get their name out there. Because, you know, I know how this works. I have a podcast, and I know like when you put like some, you know, very controversial stuff out there, you get all the clicks, you get a lot of subscribers, you know, and so it kind of makes you wonder about it. What's going on? What's going on? And I'm not saying I'm not biased anyway, because I kind of am a little bit. I'm a longtime Bigfoot field researcher, and I've done a lot of research on that film and of Patty, and I've had some of the best people who have done some deep diving research into that, and on my shows. And so yeah, so maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow. I don't know. I like a little controversy these days.
I was
It'll be
going to
fun.
mention that today. We're going to talk just a little bit about the Gimlin film, Patterson-Gimlin film, and there's a couple things that I found. So here is a picture from the original film, and Patty's back leg lifts up 73 degrees constantly through the whole footage. Humans only lift up 52 degrees. And this website went through a bunch of footage they just sat there and filmed people all day. So here's a comparison between this lady and Patty. So there's a big difference in how they lift their legs up.
Yes, how they lift their leg. I
And
love
so
that.
you go through this footage that they collected, and every one of them have that same short stride for humans. Never do they ever get anywhere close to lifting it up like Patty.
I know. I can't wait to hear the argument. Like I don't know who the people are who are claiming it's a hoax and all that kind of stuff. Like I don't even know. I haven't had time to do a deep dive into all this controversy yet, but I will before I go to bed tonight. I promise you that. And hopefully we can maybe, you know, hash it all out tomorrow, hopefully, as well, with maybe one of the leading experts on that film. Hopefully.
So
We'll see.
this was a clip or a screenshot of the person that came out and said that he was wearing a suit at the time of the thing, and his leg only lifts the same as a regular human's, not as big as a gap as what Patty had on the original film. So he couldn't even reproduce what he said he was doing, even though he was able to do the arm movement and the head swing pretty close. You know, that was pretty convincing. but the legs told the truth that he could not replicate what he said he did during that footage.
Oh man.
So
Wow.
here's him demonstrating, and here's Patty lifting her leg.
Wow.
You might have to send this to Jessica.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I do end up covering this tomorrow, please send me that, girl.
All right.
We'll see. Oh, I see a little tail wagging behind me. Y'all see that?
Oh, don't worry about it. I got one next to me. She'll probably wake up in the middle of the show.
There's a little tail. You usually see ears and tails behind me. But yeah, that's great research. And people like Thinker Thunker and MK Davis have done some pretty fantastic research into things like the Patterson-Gimlin film and other Bigfoot.
These photos that I screenshot is from Thinker Thunker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So that's off of his video.
Oh yeah, Thinker Thunker's the man, and he's got some great research. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I want to hear all sides of this, though. Like I'd like to hear the evidence that these people have. I want to hear it. I think we all need to hear
wasn't
it.
the family? Gerald, wasn't that their daughter or something that's claiming this?
The wife and the son Clint supposedly is in this new documentary saying that it's a hoax. But then I saw another video where somebody said Clint just came out and said, no, that's not true. I did not say that. So I don't know how it's going to turn out or play out. So I like to see the film myself. So hopefully it gets online somewhere where I can watch it.
Well, I thought people had evidence of seeing a scar and stuff also. You know, that you normally wouldn't put on an outfit or a suit.
Yeah, was it MK Davis?
Yes.
He went through it on that digital enhanced video of the Patty and showed scarring and muscle definition, and so you wouldn't have that if you're wearing a suit. You would not. It would have to be spandex, not to bring spandex back up, but it'd have to be some kind that would show muscles of the human wearing a suit.
Spandex.
Well, all I have to say, I have two B words: boobies and boogers.
Yeah. That's right.
Boogers and boobies, y'all. Check it out. Check out some of those enhanced pictures that they cleaned up a little bit. Those frames. Yeah.
And the other thing is, they're trying to say that there was an earlier film where they went out and they practiced and it didn't come out very well. And then the film that we know now, the Patterson-Gimlin film, they were out there shooting supposedly for a promo or something. It's like, okay, so if they were shooting a documentary or a film or whatever, where's the outtakes? Where's the footage they didn't use? I want to see that. If you're going to say that this is a hoax and it's set up, where's the rest of the film that proves they were staging stuff, setting people in place? Because they had the film rolling. If that's true.
Well, I've had the pleasure of seeing MK Davis give an entire presentation live before. I know he was at the East Alabama Bigfoot Town Hall again. And I was there a couple of years ago when he spoke. And it was one of the most profound, amazing presentations I've ever heard on Bigfoot in the Patterson-Gimlin film. And so, like I said, I might have reached out to him today, y'all. So, but anyways, he actually showed a lot of things that I don't think the public was privy to, including another film that actually preceded the Patterson, the famous film that we know of that we see with Patty in it, but another film, I think they assumed that it might have been one of her kids or something, which is, let's just say I was in tears. Okay. I was in tears when I was watching this because it was just so, I don't want to say life-changing because I've been a Bigfoot field researcher for a long time, but it was confirming some of the things that I had actually seen because I was given that as a remote viewing target, y'all.
Yeah, right. I remember.
So I have actually remote viewed this. And I do believe I think it's all real. And so that's why I'd love to hear what the other people who are claiming it's a hoax have to say about it.
Right. And that's my conclusion. Also, my opinion is that it's real. I don't see any reason to doubt it. It looks real to me. And whatever they shake up or try to say over the coming weeks or whatever, I don't think it'll change my mind, but I'll look at all the evidence and weigh it out.
Exactly. Yes. Well, I want to see it from every angle. So
Mhm.
because I'm still a researcher at heart, but I already know Bigfoot's real. I mean, what would be? I mean, if it is, I'm not saying that this is a hoax, but like, what would be the point of this? Is like to
Right.
to prove that Bigfoot's actually not real?
Right.
I mean, because that's not true. Okay. And I think there's hundreds, if not thousands, of Bigfoot field researchers and people who have experienced Bigfoot that would disagree with that. Okay. That
Absolutely.
it's all a hoax and Bigfoot is not real.
And then on the
So,
other side, you got tons of sightings right now in Ohio. So Patty's fake, but now there's tons of them walking around in Ohio. Okay.
Yeah. They're everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, there's almost no state that hasn't had them that I know of. I mean, it seems like there's a report from almost every state, and some of them are more populated, other like California, Oregon, Washington, your state, which I
Georgia.
I made that little image for you that the other day.
Did. Thank you. And I put that on the flyer for the next Georgia Bigfoot conference next weekend. So thank you, Garo.
Yeah, I thought it came out really well.
It's wonderful.
That's neat.
I love that thing. Yes. That's very nice. Thank you for
I mean, not only your home state, our home state, and how do you explain Alaska and all up there where they tore up the hairy man or wild man, whatever, tore up the campsite or the town of Portledge?
Port Chatham.
Port Chatham, yes.
Was Port Chatham? It had another name too. Portlock, Alaska.
Portlock, yes.
Portlock.
So through history, we've had all these reports, and whether they're good or bad, some of them say that they're horrible and can create havoc. But a lot of times it's just sightings or maybe being scared or a warning, not necessarily leads to a fatality, but all through history, we've had these, everybody talks about Bigfoot or wild man in literature and in books and
the wild man. Yes. I mean,
you can go all throughout history and find whether it's medieval art.
Oh, wow.
The dolphins at Dollar General.
We might touch on that too. I don't know. If Dollar General finds out something that's trendy, they like to jump on it.
Man, they're guarding that portal down there, the Stargate.
Oh, I love that picture.
But I mean, there's all kinds of stories, and I mean, even Native Americans talk about Bigfoot or Sasquatch being with them.
I like that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. The word clickbait comes to mind. That's all. Okay, when it comes to stuff like this. But like I said, I have not given it any kind of attention on my channel yet, because I wanted to bring someone in who is an expert on the actual film before I got into a good discussion on it, really, because I don't know the other side of it. I do know there are people like, I know Stacy Brown Jr., who's a friend of mine. Okay, we've spoken at conferences together and stuff, and he's always questioned that film, I believe, and he's always questioned it. There's a lot of pretty credible people in the field that have questioned it, and we should be questioning everything at this point, right? We should be.
I mean, you have to look at all the evidence. You obviously have to draw your own conclusion,
right? So,
but ever since the film came out, there's always been skeptics. There's always been people that were pro Bigfoot that think that, that, okay, this is real footage. Then you have people that, oh, that's a hoax. I mean, it's been there from day one.
Yes.
Well, the one in Colorado on the train, you remember that one a couple of years ago? I'm
think
still
that
hearing
was
both
somebody.
sides. I'm hearing it's a hoax. I'm hearing it's real. I'm hearing it's a hoax. I mean, I never heard the whole story on the Colorado train one.
I think that was somebody in a costume. I think.
That's what I was kind of more thinking also. But now I'm still hearing people saying, oh, no, that was really real. And I'm going, you know, don't know.
Yeah, I think.
Well, everybody has to
that
make up their own mind and whatever, however they come to that conclusion. I mean, you have, like Jessica and we always say, you have to keep an open mind. You have to think outside the
Mhm.
box. Just don't have blinders on and think, everything's a hoax or think everything's real. I mean, you have
Right.
to take each
Mhm.
case with a grain of salt and try to figure it out and what makes the most sense to you. That's what you got to go by.
That's right. Yeah, I only know what I see, what I experience, and I love hearing other people's stories, and my goodness, I mean that film is the pinnacle of Bigfoot, okay, and like
Mhm.
the existence of Bigfoot. It's like proof
Right.
of it, and so listen, that's one thing that is very controversial. Is like the whole that film in itself is controversial because of you know different sides saying, well, Patty was being shot at, okay, and then like was it Mr. Gimlin, I think, was saying, no, that's not what happened. And, there's always been controversy behind that.
Right.
And then MK argues differently from that and says that she was being shot at and stuff. And my remote viewing data suggests that she was.
Right. I
Okay,
remember
but
that show.
Mhm.
but that's controversial in itself. So there are people that are like that are at war. I don't say at war, but it's kind of is a little bit, feuding over the whole scenario there. And now there are people that are like, oh, it's all a hoax the whole time. And so that just stirs the pot.
Yeah, it
Okay.
just muddies the water.
Wasn't there
does.
pictures of the massacre afterwards? I thought somebody, you or
Mhm.
somebody was showing the pictures afterwards, which was very gory, but I
Yes.
thought there was evidence of that actually happening.
MK has some interesting evidence.
Okay. I remember,
does.
yeah, it was somebody's podcast. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's like I said, I'd like to have MK back on the show.
Yeah.
And so he can come talk to us about that. But there is like I said, it's a lot of controversy and people are very passionate. It's almost as passionate as the flat Earth argument.
Right.
Remember, I still have people fighting over that flat Earth show that us three did together. Okay?
Yeah, I don't think there's any happy medium. It's always one or the other. Either it's true or it's false, or I don't believe that, and that's like every controversial subject, no matter what it is, whether it's aliens, cryptids, paranormal, you always have both sides that you got to weigh in on.
Yes, for sure.
So I have another photo.
Uh-oh.
And this is one that we've shown a few times on our show. And supposedly this is a real picture. They say it's not AI. People say they ran it through the AI detectors and it came out most likely real. And I can see a lot of aspects that looks like Bigfoot. I see a lot of human characteristics also, but I'm not saying it is real. It just looks real to me.
It looks like that could be real. It does. I mean, I don't know if it is or not, but it looks like it could be. I mean, look at the cone-shaped head.
A scar on his forehead.
Yeah, that picture's been circulating for a while.
Yeah, it has. I remember when I first found it and brought it up, and I didn't know at the time whether it was real or fake, and I still don't really. I tend to believe that it's real, but I don't know. But the only reason I bring this up is because of the Ohio reports. A couple of the witnesses say that Bigfoot had humankind looking eyes and human lips and facial features. And the rest of the head and the body was all looked like what we normally describe Sasquatch or Bigfoot. So I thought this was a good representation of maybe what they may have saw as far as human lips and eyes and facial features, but yet still a hairy like Bigfoot normally is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty cool picture.
Yeah.
For sure.
Very gentle eyes.
Yes. Till it comes at you like a spider monkey.
Yeah. Yeah, when it
Yeah.
climbs all over you, then it's a different story.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but I don't think the majority of the Bigfoots want to eat you. Okay. So just like the dogmen, I don't think all the dogmen are out to get us, want to eat us and stuff.
No, I mean,
They're just existing just like the rest of us.
it's just like everybody. You know, you might wake up happy, you might wake up on the wrong side of the bed and everything goes wrong. You spill your coffee, you lose your keys, and the first person you encounter, you kind of snap at them, or you might be grumpy. I mean,
Yes.
every living thing probably goes through the same kind of ups and downs in their life, and you might catch them at a wrong time and disturb them, and maybe they might not be so friendly. Otherwise, they might just turn away and leave you alone on a normal day and not even approach you or care.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to be left alone like we do.
Now, didn't you
Yes.
say the person who took that picture wants to stay anonymous?
Yes.
Okay, because Amber was asking who took that photo, so they don't want any publicity. They want to stay anonymous.
Yep. They did not want their name put out. They didn't send it to us. I found it online, so we have no connection with this picture other than I found it online. So I don't even know who originally shared it or how many people have shared it over the internet before it got to us.
It's been around for a long time. I've seen that picture for a while. I want to say ever since I've gotten into Bigfooting. I mean, I started in 2011 or something like that, and I remember seeing that picture a long time ago. So, yeah. Today with the AI,
I've only found it within the last year or so. So that tells you right there. I have no way of knowing where it came from or who's originated it.
It's a neat picture, that's for sure.
yeah, it is.
So you finally knocked something off of your bucket list, didn't you?
I did. Well, I did. And I went up, I just spent last weekend at the LBL. I was actually 1 week ago tonight, I was roaming around the LBL. And for people who are not
Wow.
familiar with that, that's the land between the lakes up in, I think it's a recreation area. I think that's what they call it. But it's up in, look at that. Oh, is this the Cryptid Huntress? Oh
I
my gosh.
love that.
But yeah, I went up to the LBL. We were up there. War Criminal is in the chat right now. I was with War Criminal up there, and we went up and did a. I went all over that place. I mean, we didn't hit up all the spots, but all day, not all day. It was whenever I got there through the night until really late in the early wee hours of the morning. We were out there exploring, and they took me to all the spots of where the alleged, attacks with dogmen happen and things like that.
Wow.
And there's a dog behind me. Speaking of dogs, there's a dog. Yeah.
Well, I've been on Kentucky Lake, but I've never actually been on the land in between. So I spent a weekend fishing on Kentucky Lake, and we came in through Paducah and entered the lake almost a little bit south of halfway on Kentucky Lake. We spent most of our time on the Kentucky side, so we never ventured anywhere else. So I didn't even have a clue what the LBL was at the time, 20 years or 25 years ago when we went fishing there.
Oh God, it is beautiful out there. It's so beautiful out there, and I was well, I went up there for a pretty sad occasion. My good friend Mark Mechak, aka Cryptiville. If anybody watches my channel, y'all will know Mark. He's been on he used to be a regular co-host and always in the chats. He's also a moderator as well. But he moderator. Oh yeah, y'all know Cryptiville, and he is a very long time, decades and decades, a long time field researcher and experiencer out at the LBL. And so he lived not even 10 minutes from LBL. And he had multiple dogman encounters, a lot of Bigfoot encounters and other stuff that he encountered out there as well. And he has some very special friends that live out there as well, including War Criminal, and Barton Nunley and Letitia, his wife. And I went out and I met up with them on Sunday. Mark passed away a couple weeks ago, unfortunately. And I always expected to go to the LBL one day and let Mark show me around. I was really looking forward to that.
Right.
And so that did not happen. He died. I mean, to me, it was kind of suddenly, but we went up for his memorial, his funeral last week. His memorial was on this past Monday, and so Sunday when I got there, I met up with the crew and War Criminal actually took us. He was. I keep saying he was my chauffeur. I'm just kidding around, but he was. But I went up and met them, and he took us into the LBL and showed me some of the landmarks, I guess you could say, places where Mark used to research and stuff. So it was very special. It was a wonderful trip. We went to, during the day before it got dark, we went to the alleged site. It's the site of the alleged attack on that family back in the 1980s.
Right.
Who were reportedly mauled to death out there. And it was a family of 4, I believe. But since then, I actually have been in contact with a gentleman who claims to have been there with the family. Roger, actually. He's got a YouTube channel called Roger LBL. And Roger claims that he was there when that happened. And so, I don't know. I'm gonna maybe have him on the show here pretty soon, hopefully.
That'd be great.
To talk about that. But they took me. He took me to that site and also to all the different there's so many graveyards out there. It was fascinating how many graveyards are out there. We went to some bunkers. We went to a place that's like an abandoned old home that they call Hotel California, I think.
Right.
And that was creepy. Okay, all of it was kind of creepy, but anyways, we made our rounds, and then we went at nighttime. We went on a pretty good hike, and we went to a place. There were some wonderful places to go look for Bigfoot and Dogman out there, but yeah, it was kind of late, and we had the funeral the next morning, so we didn't stay out it was pretty late. It was wee hours of the morning, but I could have stayed there all night.
Right. It's nice when you have people from the area or old time researchers that know the old campsites that are kind of abandoned and closed down now that nobody really knows about. It's like where the family was that night in an RV when they were camping. And there's been many, many other incidents at these old campsites that people don't populate or you can't hardly get to. But there's people out there that know where they are.
Well, I was with the true kings of the LBL. Okay. And actually there's also another story that happened there, another attack. I mean, there's a bunch of attacks, but there's been a documentary. I think War Criminal. What do they call Barton? Please put the name in the chat. It's funny. Instead of Barton Nutley,
I know.
Barton
Nutley.
Barton Nutley.
Nutley.
Sorry, Barton, if you're watching this. But anyways, I got his name wrong.
Poor Barton.
Matt will put it in the chat. But Burton Nutley. Dang it. But anyways, there was an actual Burton Nutley. I don't know why that's so funny. Shout out to Burton Nutley, y'all, Inhumanoids over on YouTube. Y'all go check him out. He's going to be on my show on Saturday night. Okay, next Saturday. But
Letitia going to be there?
Tish will be there too, I think.
Good.
Yeah, hopefully.
Good.
I hope so. So yes, they actually initiated me, induced me into, I can't call it induce, I don't know. They put me, I am part of the Brotherhood of the Wolf now out there at the LBL. And yes, it's an elite group, I guess. I'm excited about it. It's very nice. And I love them to death, y'all. They're so sweet. But okay, so there was another incident where there was a deathbed confession of a Kentucky Fish and Game employee who is in this documentary where Barton's name was said wrong. But he confessed. He said that when he was working, he was actually on his boat in the water, and he watched as a dogman mauled to death a couple that had a campsite out there. And so they showed us where I got shown where that was at too. And we weren't too far from it when we were on the lake out there. So yeah, it's a pretty fascinating place. It's beautiful in the daytime, and at nighttime it gets rather creepy, kind of. But I'm used to the creepy factor. I like the creepy factor.
Did you feel the energy? Did you feel the difference in there? Yeah.
You know what? I always feel the energy shift whenever it goes from daytime to like going into dusk and into the nighttime. And I think we were leaving Hotel California, as they call it, when the energy started to shift, when it was getting dark. And that's when the fun starts for me. Okay. It's creepy, but that's when you know it's about to get good out there. So
now, a lot of people say they feel the energy shift even right before they get through the front, the gates or the opening going into the park, that they feel that almost like a dizziness or frequency attack, and they get nausea and headaches.
Yeah, I've heard that people getting, their stomach just queasy before they even get there. They already feel it before they even get there.
I was just excited about being there, so I had butterflies. Yeah. Well, I've been talking about going there for so long, and Matt says after you cross the bridge, there's actually, Matt, I hope you don't mind if I tell them this story, okay? But there's if you do, you can whoop my butt next time you see me. But Matt goes out there and does a lot of research. He knows that place like the back of his hand, and we went to a certain particular place by the water, let's just say, and let's just say it's a bridge somewhere, and that place is vast. I mean, huge. And there's a place like where he would go in, where he goes in sometimes. Like, he had a great point. Like, as he's leaving, he'll stop at that bridge because it's water underneath there, and it's almost like a reset button. When you're going in there and all this crazy stuff happens, you go and you're driving out of there, and you got that bridge over the lake. Used to be the rivers right there, and you stop, and it's almost like a cleansing. And it's like, okay, so anything, no hitchhikers, anything that's trying to attach to me, you can't cross this threshold now. And then once he feels like he's, we all did it basically when we were out there. We saw the bridge, but I thought that was actually kind of cool. And to kind of, shut everything down, leave it behind, and then cross that bridge and go back to normality. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's a good little, dare I say, ritual to do.
No matter what investigation you're on, whether it's paranormal, alien, Bigfoot, encrypted, I mean, you got to protect yourself. You got to make sure there's no hitchhikers or any evil that attaches to you.
I mean, you
definitely don't want to drag that home.
Yeah, you close the session at the end.
Yes, we close it down. Yeah, it was a wonderful experience, and I will be going back. As a matter of fact, I kind of want to go camp out where all the really crazy stuff happened out there. Is that terrible of me?
Jessica wants to be bait.
I don't know about, but I mean, we're always bait. Okay, right. Everybody's bait when you go out there. But yeah, if I'm going to drive all that way to go to the LBL, I want to go in the middle of the crazy stuff. Okay, and yeah,
I mean,
nothing else.
There's a few down.
Amber's coming. Amber, come on.
Down.
Amber is fearless, by the way.
Both of you are.
She'd whip out that phone and get on Rando Nautica. Right? Be like, let's do some Rando Nautica at the LBL.
Well, I feel sorry if you and Amber get together there and somebody tries to do something with you two together.
Man, we will psychically get them. I'll whoop them too.
And whoop on them, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, whoop on you.
Those dogmen have no chance against us.
Now get.
And war criminal too. War criminal,
right.
Yeah, can't mess with us out there.
The gentle giant.
Get Barton and his sword out there, and war criminal, you and Amber, they don't stand a chance.
Oh my God. I got to meet Barton's sword too, which was really cool. He has a sword. Wow. I think he called it Midnight. He's got them named. And that sword was bigger than me. Okay. And yeah, God forbid he's ever got to whip that thing out, because it is it's something you can't contend against that thing. So yeah, interesting stuff, man. I tell you, we did have fun. And that's what it's all about at the end. It's just having fun and exploring and, just seeing where I want to go when I go back and stuff. It was such a short trip. And I feel like Mark was with us as well when we were out there, and he was there in spirit, definitely.
Perfect place for a memorial. You know, all of his best friends there getting together, LBL, and yeah, he was with you.
He was with us. He would have been happy because, you know, I mean, I'd met Matt before. I'd met Matt in person at the Vanish premiere, him and Martin Groves, who's shout out to Martin Groves too. But I had not met Barton and Letitia in person before. And so it was good connecting with them. We had not talked in a while. so it was good. And yeah, now we're all a big old brother sisterhood over there. So
do you think you're going to camp at the normal spots like
no.
Like the Energy Falls and Golden Pond and places like that? Or are you going to go off the backwoods like you normally do and hit some of those?
Going to go off trail.
I'm going off the trails. I'm going off the trails. I don't know, wherever Matt takes me. War Criminal, where are we going? Don't tell anybody, actually.
Yeah, don't tell them in chat.
When I get back. I want to go where there were like, you know, attacks and stuff. That's where I'm going to put my tent.
Oh, my
okay?
goodness.
I know.
Well, honestly, I mean, where can't you go in LBL without being somewhere that you're possibly in the area?
Well, you know, there's actually, when I mentioned the cemeteries earlier, there's a lot of cemeteries out there. And I think last night I had Tim Dills on the show, and he said something about 400 cemeteries or something. And I think Don in the chat said there were 200 and something, but Tim said there were like 400. So I don't know. War Criminal knows, but there's a lot of, it doesn't matter. There's just a lot of cemeteries out there. And whenever the lake levels go down, all these gravestones will pop up out of the water.
Wow.
That's like, when I say they're everywhere, I'm not kidding. There are graves everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. I've heard there's hundreds of them. Yeah.
There's a lot.
Wow.
So
exposed and unexposed. I mean, you got them on land all over LBL, and then you got them underwater, like you said. A lot of spirits.
Matt says 270 plus known cemeteries. Yeah.
No.
So Don was right. That's just known ones. Yeah. I mean, but they're everywhere. So I'm not saying that place is cursed in any way, but
no, I mean, just like Poltergeist, what better place to put a park ground and Poltergeist build a house right over an old cemetery? Why not?
Oh gosh.
Wow.
I don't know. Well, actually, so I met a gentleman who was at Mark's funeral. Actually, I was sitting beside him, and he said that he asked him, you know, I was just small talk, you know, hanging out with them, and he was an older gentleman. Had to been like in his 80s or 90s. Okay. And he reminded me of my grandparents. And so we were sitting there. He was a lovely gentleman. And he said that he was fascinated with Mark's Bigfoot research. And I was like, well, you know, I guess they were friends from town and stuff. And I said, well, we're some of Mark's Bigfoot friends, you know? And so we got to talking, and he said, well, y'all got to go to the LBL. And I said, well, we were just there last night. Okay. And he said, well, you know, I grew up there. My family's from there. And my grandmother, his grandmother, used to tell stories about how she saw creatures out there, like Bigfoot and Dogman, all that kind of stuff. He said that his grandmother had been seeing creatures out there when they lived there before they got ran off. He said they had to move out of there just like everybody else did at some point. Well, not everybody left.
Except that last house.
Yeah, there's that one house that War Criminal took us to. We passed by on the way out Friday night, and it had a fence around it. It was like the last standing home out there. Yeah. Interesting stories behind all that. But you know, is that the story goes, there's like eminent domain that happened out there. If you watch movies like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Right.
Familiar with that? That's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie with George Clooney and the Dapper Dan.
Oh yeah.
And they're showing us those movies, like what they've done, especially throughout the 1920s, to the 1950s. So they were damming up these rivers and stuff and covering up our history, first of all,
Yep.
in the name of needing power and water reservoirs and things like that. They were destroying communities and taking away people's property rights and their land through this eminent domain. And I'm very familiar with eminent domain because I worked at the state capitol for 20 years.
Oh,
In Georgia, and one of my bosses, one of the ladies I worked for with the commission that I worked on, she was the EMC's lobbyist here. If y'all know what EMCs are, it's like the power, like a private power company kind of. I don't know if it's private, but and she was advocating for that, and I always thought that was horrible. It was just horrible. Eminent domain, it's where they can basically just come in and give you pennies on the dollar for your land. And
we don't really own our land. The amount of tax
don't.
we have to pay every single year, even if there's not a house on it, you have to pay tax on that land. It's not our land. We're leasing it. In other words, we may own the house on it, but that's what taxes are. We're pretty much leasing that land. It's not ours. They can boot you out anytime they want.
And they will.
Yeah, and they do.
yeah. I mean, Tennessee, they did that in Tennessee Valley. They've done it everywhere. There's so many man-made lakes in the whole U.S. It's just crazy. Then, not to mention the Three River Gorge in China over there. That's like they literally took people that had thousands of years of history in that valley, and just like you said, they didn't even give them time to clean hardly anything out. All the temples, all the statues, all the graves are still there underneath that one of the biggest dams in the world.
Wow.
All of the pyramids, all of the temples, all of the ancient artifacts, the burial mounds, all that. It's all been covered up. And one day, it may not be in our lifetimes, but one day that's all going to be uncovered again. And I don't know, maybe my grandkids, my great grandkids will know the history one day behind all that. But it's really sad that so much is covered up on purpose.
Yeah.
Remember when Lake Mead started to go dry, and all the the steeples of the churches and the high buildings, and a lot of bodies from the mafia supposedly showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's actually why so many people, in my opinion, that's why so many people die at Lake Lanier in North Georgia every year. It's because all the church steeples and the road signs and the trees, of course, a lot of trees, but signs. There's all sorts of debris down there at the bottom. And by debris, I mean like homes and buildings and church steeples, churches, whatever, where people just blindly jump headfirst into Lake Lanier, and they don't know what they're jumping into. They're hitting the top of a tree and they're breaking their neck upon impact. And their bodies are getting stuck in those trees and stuff. And I have a buddy who comes in the chat sometimes, Scott, who lives up there, and he was in the Navy. He said that he's taken dives down into Lake Lanier before, and that's something that I think would be fascinating, but also terrifying to go down there. It's a very busy lake. It's a party lake. People like to go. I've swam on it. I've ridden in boats on it. I have jet skied. I've done all that on that lake in my lifetime. And it's just very dangerous. There are more lives get taken out from that lake for various reasons every year than just about any other lake in Georgia, I guess. They say it's one of the most haunted lakes in the world.
Yes.
Wow. And you can see why.
Yeah. That and Allatoona. We got Lake Altoona. It's almost as bad. Both man-made lakes, so.
Well, there's a lot of stories of lakes all over the place of, something grabbing you, pulling you in, all kinds of strange deaths.
Jerking your feet down.
Oh.
All that energy of covering up old towns and, who knows what all. Wow.
Yeah. Yes, I remember doing a show with Barry. I think I did it with a show with Barry where we talked about the kappas in Japan. They're like these turtle humanoids, and they have like a bowl for their head, like on their head. They grab people and pull them down. And after we did that show on a Thursday night, it was a remote viewing show. I went to Lake Wedowee or some lake out in Alabama. And the next weekend, and I couldn't even get in the water because I was like, I mean, I did get in the water, but I kept thinking about those kappas pulling me under and grabbing my feet while I was in that lake. It was bad. It was not a good feeling.
Wow. I know it's amazing. I mean, we go to a lot of lakes we go to that are man-made. You know, you have the fishes, the bluegill or whatever, come up and start nibbling on you the side of it, and it kind of gets in your heads like, uh-oh, what was that? I wonder if there's anything else.
What just
Little
touched me?
crappies. Yeah. Those little crappies and stuff, they just want to go and nibble on you. That's not, it's never a good feeling. So, yeah. At least it's not a kappa, though. But yeah, I mean, there's tales out of Lake Lanier about they call it the lady in blue or the blue lady, I think.
Right.
And that actually stems from a true story about two young women who died. I believe they drove their car off the dam.
Oh, wow.
I think. And they are actually seen there. And they say that I think the story is like one of the ladies will grab you and pull you under the water, but I think there's a lot more than just that going on at Lake Lanier, because they actually did flood out an entire town called Oscarville, and it was predominantly an African-American community down there, and it was a thriving town. Just like with a lot of these places that have been flooded out, they were thriving communities, just like at the LBL. I was actually shown some, like I think actually War Criminal on his TikTok. Y'all go over to his TikTok, follow him. He was showing like a video of like the amphitheater out there, all this stuff that's been abandoned, of course, but like I said, whole communities out there, right. Who are just driven off and destroyed, so they could put those lakes right there,
just because of the lakes,
to dam it up for energy and water reservoirs.
Just because they want to build lakes, really. And there was already rivers there. So what? Let the river stay there. Something's up there. Wow.
They're covering
my electricity bill never goes down with all these man-made lakes generating power and windmill turbines and
because the D-elite don't have to pay electric bills.
The deletes.
The D-elites don't have to pay electric bills, yeah.
Yeah. The elite with the little e, lowercase e.
The Sluminatis and all them.
Shaluminatis. That's I got that from Bryce, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're hanging out with Bryce too much.
So let's go ahead and talk about Gerald the dolphin just a little bit. Have you read or looked up the history behind Gerald?
Well, here's something interesting is that I did a show where we talked about Gerald last week on my channel, and that whole story, and I had a lot of people that sent me messages saying, well, that was just satire and that wasn't true. And I found that article from the police department down there. They said, oh, it was just kind of made up. But there's also the Simpsons episode. There's a Simpsons episode where they actually covered this a long time ago. Basically the same story. So I don't know which came first, the Simpsons or last week's story. Okay. But anyways, I don't know a whole lot about it. I have a lot of questions. And as soon as we cut the video down, like when we stopped being live last week, Long Island Bigfoot Mike was on the show with me. And I told him, I said, we were sitting there. I was like, why did that guy have a mugshot? Okay, a lot of things just did not add up for that story. Why did he have a mugshot? He didn't get arrested. Why is he in a mugshot with his face burned like that? Didn't make sense.
Where are the pictures of the sand drawings too?
Yeah, they said that he had actually was so exhausted he crawled up out of the ocean and ran to flag a car down or something. So where did he draw all these plants? And when did that happen? And it was dark. It was 5:45 in the morning when they found him.
Right.
So none of it makes any sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I remember being a kid where I used to watch In Search of and Arthur C. Clarke and all those kind of shows that were on. And this jogged my memory that I remember a documentary or some kind of movie like showing where the government had a lab where humans and dolphins interacted together all the time. And then after researching it here recently, I found that same thing where they said NASA and the government set up a lab just like so humans and dolphins could interact and try to work together for some program that they had, whether it was military or not. And supposedly one of the women and Gerald had a relationship. Now, I don't know how far it went or whatever, but they got really, really close. And Gerald would not do anything they wanted unless that woman was there or she got some kind of interaction with her. Then Gerald would perform and do his tasks he was supposed to. But supposedly this goes way back into the 60s. Then in the 70s, after this program failed, where supposedly one of the dolphins killed themselves because they didn't get the human love and interaction anymore. So it drove them crazy. And then in 72, they did that Dolphin Act where humans are not supposed to interact and talk or do anything with wild dolphins. So that's how we get that law everybody talks about.
That's ridiculous.
I had heard about that, but I did not know that was the Gerald.
Well, I don't know if it's the Gerald, but the dolphin in the documentary, I remember and saw, unless somebody's made it up, that his name was Gerald then too. So it might be a different Gerald, or maybe they used this name because of that project. Who knows?
Why do they keep picking Gerald?
He went to aquatic architect school. So they had him, he was like the head foreman or something, I think they said. So there's just too many things that weren't really adding up with that story.
Right.
But it was a hot topic. It was a hot topic. It was all over TikTok. And I do like to cover all the strange stories out of the news. And it's funny because like I'll make short videos and I'll put them up. And one or two have gone kind of viral. Okay. And it's always me reading these stories. And so I'm not saying I believe the stories. Okay. My audience knows that. But other people are like, they think that I believe this and I'm putting the information out because I believe it. And so, but anyways, au contraire.
Right.
Doesn't it sound like a My Lunch Break story? We have a dolphin named Gerald, but then we have another dolphin named Gerald. How many Geralds is there? I mean, I can just hear it.
And The Simpsons too. And I've only seen clips from that Simpsons video.
Can we get proof that is from an old show, or are they producing all this stuff with the current events? I'm starting to kind of question that, unless somebody can actually go back to these old episodes and find it. Or are they just
4 years ago?
4 years ago for South Park and Gerald the Dolphin.
Oh, come on.
War Criminal said for entertainment purposes only.
For entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
But you know what? But this is a good bridge though to talk about things like Project Seagate and to discuss these underwater biodome cities that they say that our elites have down there and our militaries have under the ocean. And the fact that, they say that the majority of the ocean has not been explored yet. Is there a reason why it hasn't been explored yet? Maybe they're hiding way bigger stuff down there. And maybe there are whole civilizations under the sea.
One of my favorite movies is Tony Randall in a Disney movie where he's a scientist, this kind of engineer, kind of just like what we're talking about. They built these underwater homes, and they were going to make a subdivision and all this city under the waters. And he actually was in the prototype. He took his family down there, and guess what they interacted with? Dolphins. Dolphins would come up through the air holes and into their house and hang out and lay on their couches and do all kinds of funny stuff. But it's like, okay, there it is in the 60s again. Disney was even talking about dolphins and human interaction living in cities and an engineer.
Well, they have to disclose everything. Their bunkers probably are not in mountains. Their bunkers are actually underwater, and we're just now discovering all this.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we hear about all of these USOs too. And I had a friend of mine that I grew up with who was best of friends with one of my cousins. Okay. And I had not talked to this guy in a long time. and we were friends on social media a few years ago, and he sent me a message, and he was in the U.S. Navy, and he told me, he said, I love what you're doing with the Bigfoot stuff, and I can't say it for sure that I believe in Bigfoot because I haven't seen Bigfoot, but I can tell you what I have seen. And he said that while they were on their ships, their aircraft carriers, whatever he was stationed on, he said that they used to regularly watch UFOs coming in and out of the ocean. Spacecrafts, he said. And so I thought that was very interesting. That was the first real life confirmation I had gotten firsthand from someone who had watched those coming in out of the ocean. But we had a conversation about this last weekend at the LBL. My good friend Mark had seen a UFO coming in or out or both out of the lake at the Land Between the Lakes.
Oh, interesting.
And that happens at some of these national parks. It's not just the oceans; it's also at some of these national parks and probably state parks. So what's going on there? And what kind of bases? I mean, we've kind of assumed that there might be some deep underground military bases at some of these parks.
That's what I was thinking. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, yeah, they've got bases underneath there and they're going in and out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the things that we see low in the sky is not grays or anything. It's us. It's our own government.
I mean, just like the man-made lakes, they make everybody leave the area. You can't go back to it. So who knows what they put under there either before or after they flooded it. So, I mean, you could have USO bases in all these man-made lakes that we don't know about, let alone submarine bases that we do know, that people talk about how it goes from California out to Nevada, that there's submarines can go from the oceans all the way inland.
That makes sense of all the cryptids all around there also, because look at all the reports that you even seen. A lot of these cryptid reports are around the military bases and stuff. They're like guard dogs.
Oh yeah. And we've also had that report of I know James Ring is another good friend that we've lost recently.
Yeah.
But James with the Super Soldier Talk, he's a big voice in the disclosure community when it came to the secret space programs, and he and I had discussions on Project Seagate, and that's allegedly I think it was on Carrie Cassidy's channel, maybe Project Camelot, I think. She talked about Project Seagate, and that's supposed to be an underground or underwater undersea military base, a military installment off the coast of Jacksonville, Florida, like a big old biodome facility.
Wow.
And that's just right off. That's right there at the Bermuda Triangle, basically, right over there. So kind of makes me wonder, at least.
I bet they're off of both coasts, probably Gulf of Mexico, like you said, the tip of Florida, somewhere off there. I bet they have them everywhere.
Yeah. Oh,
the
yeah.
Great Lakes.
I think they're probably under all the big lakes. Maybe that's why they dammed up the water at some of these facilities, these places where there's federal and state land. Maybe that's part of why they did that.
On to something. Yeah. There's probably a dome military base under all these man-made lakes and dams and stuff. Yeah, you're on to something, Jessica.
Yeah. Or maybe there's some kind of entrance to the deep underground military bases through the lakes. They have to go from, I don't know. I've also been sent, pictures of UFOs and, what is it, Lockheed Martin hangars and stuff, like stuff that looks like it's ET, but it's really ours. By ours, I mean humans,
Right.
And so.
I mean, we know that the government has reverse engineered all this stuff or have been given technology by whatever alien race or whoever they're getting it from. So we know they have advanced stuff that we don't know about. I mean, look how many times people have came out and talked about the technology that they know the government has had.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Jim Goodall, Bob Lazar. I mean, you have all these people that keep talking about it over and over.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, a lot of people are have been silenced over speaking out on that stuff as well. I mean, even look at Phil Schneider, for instance. I mean, he was talking about all these deep underground military bases like Dulce, right?
Right.
With all the different human animal hybrid experiments and things that were going on down there, and the horrors. He got in a battle with some reptilians down there, he said, and lost part of his hand from a laser gun or something. So
And look how many end up being DRTs.
DRTs, dead right there.
Dead right there.
Yeah. That's for Rick.
Yep.
Yes.
And now they're going to be quiet. Yep.
Yes. You know, Rick actually hit me up a couple days ago, and he still works in law enforcement to some degree. And they had a drill. I guess I can tell this story. But he let me know they had a drill the other day where they had like an active shooter drill. And he was head of one of the teams or whatever. So he had to subdue a shooter, I guess, in this scenario, or he didn't have to, but he did. And they ended up, let's just say, taking the shooter out, theoretically speaking. Like I said, it was a drill. And when the other team came in, they're like, well, where's the shooter? And he goes, oh, he's DRT. I was like, you waited your whole life to say that, didn't you?
It's funny that the government just updated their zombie apocalypse manual or protocol and alien protocol here recently. And the Catholic Church, the Pope just released their new paranormal advisory on how to handle paranormal. They updated that.
Did they?
Yeah.
This is news to me. I didn't know that.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
So we had that update a year or more ago, whenever that was. Well, I guess they've updated again or added new stuff to it.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. They've been telling us about the zombie apocalypse for a while, and us needing to prepare for that. But I don't know. I don't know why. It's not really funny. It's like tongue in cheek, but like really, when you really dive down into the whole theory that, and it's not just a theory, they say that humans, especially the ones who have been modified at this point by the ouchies, if you know what I mean, they're like, what do they call them? Instead of Homo sapiens now, they're like Homo borgenus or something. I don't forget, like cyborgs basically, and not human anymore. Hey, that's like I'm going to say half to, a majority of humans are not classified as human anymore.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was something interesting because I was watching. I replayed the night that I was in the LBL. I did a rerun show with Mark in it, who Cryptidville, and I was watching it. He was actually he refers to these like zombies because we were talking about some of the things that are at the LBL and pale crawlers, for instance, and he got into the conversation and got into the topic of almost like White Walkers, I think, and something that you see like on Game of Thrones, but he was kind of comparing them, contrasting them to the pale crawlers, and saying that they were actual zombies.
Wow.
And that's what we're seeing right now. These pale crawlers could very well be these zombies, these White Walkers.
That makes sense because I have seen some videos of, people actually seeing a human dress, but they're crawling around like just like a pale crawler, like you said, but they're not really totally naked and pure white and bald, like with the pale crawler or rake or whatever you want to call that thing. That does make sense.
Yeah. Well,
I tell you what, just like Martin, we all better get some nice swords out. So I don't care what we're going to do. If I haven't learned anything from these movies, that you need to decapitate whatever it is.
With some obsidian. You need an obsidian blade.
Oh, yeah. We do have obsidian blades upstairs.
I got an obsidian. Yeah, and an obsidian arrowhead up there.
I need to start making obsidian blade necklaces for people. Just take it.
Even the last couple of years going into the store, and we don't get out that much, especially since you're retired. We get out like every 2 weeks, get animal food and everything, come back. You always see somebody just kind of in a daze, staring in the freezer, not moving, and his eyes aren't looking up and down, just staring in the freezer. And you just kind of want to walk past these people. It's like, we noticed this a couple of years ago that some people are slowly acting like they're numb, or,
that was the weirdest thing.
And not just drugs either. I mean, they're just out of it.
We were in
Walmart.
We were in Walmart.
No, this is Kroger.
Huh?
I thought it was Kroger.
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was Walmart.
Maybe it was Walmart.
Maybe it was Kroger.
Yeah, I
This
thought
guy's
it was Kroger.
dressed all in black, long black hair. Couldn't see his eyes because he was staring just straight ahead at the pizza. Wasn't moving, wasn't doing nothing. I started to go closer to him because I wanted to look at the pizzas. He turned and looked at me, and he had black eyes. There was just nothing there. He was just, it's like really creepy. And so I like kind of backed off, and then he turned right back to the case and just kept staring at the pizzas. He didn't even grab one. He just stared at him.
He had a glitch in his programming.
There's something weird about it.
I don't like going shopping anymore. We pretty much try to stay in town. We'll go to the Dollar General and try not to go to the porta potty. And then we head over to the Family Dollar holler, and then we get back home.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. You don't go to the Dollar General portal home? That little man was funny.
They had an itinerary, or if you had a map where you knew, okay, this is where I'm going and I can come back or pop up in this Dollar General, then it might be a different story. But
you might end up under the water with Gerald at the Dollar General under the sea. So be careful. They'll put you to work. They're going to put your ass to work. Okay. Building cities.
Oh, wow.
Skyscrapers. Golly.
Well, I really don't know where we can go from here. We've covered so much stuff and so much weirdness already. Unless you have something new on the horizon that you haven't mentioned to anybody yet.
No. Well, I don't have too much new. I can't think right now.
Well, here, let me get on TikTok and find out.
You can look on TikTok. I know, right? No, I've just got a big conference coming up with the Georgia Bigfoot Conference. And I actually have kind of slowed down on like taking events for the rest of the season, because I have so many research weekends and things in the field that I've got planned and stuff. And I feel like I get spread kind of thin sometimes.
Right. And then later this summer, we might even slow down a little bit on interviews and stuff, because I'd like to go to Cahokia. We want to go to Starved Rock. We go to Starved Rock anyway all the time in Matheson. But now that we got the thermal camera and some good night vision, I think we want to go there a little bit before dusk and then stay a little bit longer if we can before we get kicked out of the parks.
Get in trouble.
Have y'all taken your thermal to any kind of places that look for reptilians yet?
Not yet. Not yet. We will. That's why I said we got all this stuff just like you on the agenda for this summer, especially when the warmer weather actually gets here instead of this freak stuff that we're experiencing now. But there's some old family cemeteries that my family from my dad's side is buried in, just like you were saying. This is on private property, somebody's farm that they family and friends, close friends, were buried there in the 1800s, and my family included. So I want to take the thermal out there at night and see what's going on at family cemetery.
Oh, that's a great idea. You should take that thermal to Walmart, wherever that guy was looking at pizzas.
Oh,
maybe wherever y'all were at. Kroger,
yeah. Walmart. Walmart. I don't know if you want to see what's really in Walmart.
I haven't been in a Walmart in years. I avoid that place.
I go occasionally because it is kind of fun, as long as you can stay away from people a little bit.
How do you do that? Hide in the clothes rack?
Hide in the clothes racks. Oh my God. My son did that. Actually, I remember my nephews did that. And I was thinking, like, I was babysitting my nephews before I had a kid of my own. And I was at Target actually. And it was a nightmare. I was like, you know what? This is a payback for all the times I did this to my mother. Okay.
Yep.
And kids hiding in the clothes racks, man. I remember doing that when I was a kid.
I did it when I was a kid. They used to have those great big round ones, those carousels where they hung clothes, and the middle was just wide open for you to play in.
Yes. I'll be a portal.
Oh, yeah. Portals.
My mom actually left me in the toy department in a big 5-story department store in Peoria, Illinois. She didn't even realize it. I wasn't tagging along with her until she got down, getting ready to leave. And it's like, she looked around like, uh-oh. She had to backtrack to try to find me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
No,
my
I just
God.
had a conversation with my son. I think it was last night, actually. I was like, so you know what to do if you ever get lost from me? Like you get separated from me, right? And we went over the entire protocol and stuff, just in case he didn't have a phone or whatever. Who to go for help, like who to target, like I don't mean like target, but who to approach in case he ever did get lost from me
Mhm.
or get separated. And my son is like as big as I am now, so it's he's not like a little kid anymore. But still, there needs to be a protocol
Right.
for parents and kids to know exactly where to go and who to speak to, and make sure they got your number memorized so they could call you on your phone or whatever, and stuff like that.
Right.
Uh,
You ever
is
see
it-
those memes online where they have the voiceover of the little kid talking to his dad about not talking to strangers or getting in vans? He goes, but they had candy. I know, but you don't talk to strangers. You don't get in vans. Okay, I won't. So what do you do if a stranger approaches you in a van and they offer you candy? Well, I get in the van and get candy. No, we just went over this. But they had
puppy
peanut
and
butter
candy. Well, I used to talk when I was married. I used to actually teach like self-defense courses. We call it self-offense courses, actually, to like women and stuff. And when I was at my real job back in the day, and yeah. Oh shoot, where was I going with this? I forgot what the point of my story was, y'all. I just had another senior moment. Had one of those last night too. Something about oh yeah, I can't remember. I'll think of it in a minute and I'll blurt it out.
All right.
But yeah, sorry.
Wait till you get our age. It just gets worse.
Golly, I
We
hate it
just
when that
start blaming
happens.
each other.
I know. I had such a great thing to tell y'all, and I can't remember what it was. Oh well, something to do with teaching the women how to. Oh, what was it?
Yeah, defense. Fighting.
I know, self-defense.
Yeah.
I used to teach. We used to teach those women. Oh, I know what it was. I just remembered. I just need a second. I need a minute for my brain to catch up with my mouth sometimes. That's the problem. Okay. But or my mouth to catch up with my brain to catch up with my mouth. But okay, so we used to kind of joke around because we were kind of throwing it out there to start a business where we'll go kidnap your kids. Okay. Like people would like pay, and I don't know if people do this in real life or not, but like go and set up a scenario to see if your kid will actually get in the van with somebody.
Oh, right.
And like not
Oh.
actually kidnap them to like hurt them or anything, but just to see like and scare the daylights out of them. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not the one that came up with that. Somebody else came up with it, but I was in agreement that that'd actually be kind of interesting, just to teach kids, like put them in a really harsh lesson, and because it's very hands-on, and I guarantee you they'd never do it again. If they
Right.
got, the fear of God put in them one good time. But it's just with all these missing children that we have and stuff, it's I never knew back then. That was 20 years ago when we talked about doing that. I never knew that the missing children and the missing persons epidemic was this horrible. I mean, I knew it was bad. Just one missing child's horrible, but I mean, it is just it's out of control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we don't even
Yeah.
know. We don't even know true numbers. We have no idea.
No, I saw the most disturbing thing. I don't know if I should bring this up, but
Go
but
ahead.
No,
but
go
we
for
talk
it.
about like McDonald's food and
Right.
stuff and fast food. I was watching somehow I got on the algorithm of like body like teeth in food,
Oh,
and it's people are finding it. I can't even believe the number of people that are finding like teeth in their chicken nuggets and stuff.
oh,
And that stuff, yeah.
Well, not
So
just that. There was a few years ago that somebody found a fingernail or a finger or something, and we just thought it
Because
was a joke. Well, it probably wasn't a joke then.
the Wendy's chili, I'll never forget that. I'd never eat.
Maybe
I
that's
actually
what it
ordered a
was.
Wendy's chili.
Maybe that's what it was.
I mean, you hear about people opening up sodas and finding like tips of fingernails, fingers, or
Yeah.
whatever inside of them when they pop it open. It's like, really? Well, who lost a finger in the soda plant and they didn't figure out where it went?
Mhm.
I know. It's like, I don't know. Just lost my finger. I have no idea where it went. Oh, well, let's keep working.
Yeah.
But I do remember Kraft Cheese had a small factory close to us, and my dad and his friend took on a job to take out the like asbestos ceiling or the ceiling that was falling apart. And us kids all of our kids helped out, brothers and sisters and all that. And my dad and his friend asked, says, well, do we need to cover the vats and worry about, and this said, no, don't worry about it.
Oh my God.
They were up there on scaffoldings breaking down, and all this fiber stuff was coming down, and it went in the cheese. And they didn't even care. Did not care one bit. They said if you see a big chunk, try to get it out. But other than that, don't worry about it.
Oh my God. Sounds like my dad when he cooks. He's like, is there cigarette ashes in the food, Dad? I don't know. Don't worry about it. Just pick it out with a spoon.
Mix it real good and he'll be all right.
He doesn't do that anymore. But when I was a kid, I don't know how. I had a fun childhood, but there were some moments. Okay. There's some moments.
I think that's why we have such a good system to fight off disease and stuff, is because how we grew up.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up tough as nails, man. I did. I didn't know it at the time, but yes. But that is kind of gross. And unfortunately, the FDA allows for a certain percentage of human DNA to be in our food, and bugs and asbestos and whatever else. This is for entertainment purposes only. Okay.
Yeah. I can't prove it. I lived it, but I can't prove it.
No, right?
So one funny meme that I posted one time is this tiny little boy on a farm. You can tell he had his little cowboy hat on and everything, this tiny little kid, but he's up to the fence with the pig and he's licking the pig's nose. And it says built-in strong immunity.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we all drink out of water hoses, right?
Yeah.
Drink out of the water hose, and
We survived.
ate dirt and crayons and Play-Doh and all that. Me and my cousins used to dare each other to eat cat food when we were kids. Okay.
Yeah. Everyone had to
tough.
try cat food or dog food once. Come on now. Everybody admit it in chat. Come on.
I only meow occasionally now. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I do like getting my back scratched occasionally.
This wasn't the same after Morris died. Morris the cat from the cat food commercials.
Some people don't even know who Morris is.
Oh, well.
I think that was Friskies, wasn't it?
Was it Friskies?
I don't remember what the commercial was now, actually. I just remember the name Morris.
They probably had several different Morrises. They just made it sound like he lived forever. And then he finally passed away.
Gary, I didn't eat worms. Yeah, I did not eat worms, but I threatened to eat worms because nobody liked me. Everybody hates me. I'm going to eat some worms.
Well, I mean, really, when you go out on survival training or like the military or whoever, you learn to eat grubs and earthworms and all the stuff that gives you what you need for that moment for energy and to sustain you. So, I mean.
Yeah. My granddaddy Henry taught me, he said, do not eat a fuzzy worm. He said that he was taught that in the military. He was he fought in World War II. Both of my grandfathers fought in World War II overseas. And he said that he was taught, he talked about that all the time when, before he passed away a few years ago. And he would always give us little tips on things that he learned in the military. One of them was do not eat the fuzzy worms, like caterpillars, anything with fuzz.
Right.
Don't eat it. But you can eat those slimy worms. He would tell us.
Slimy.
Thanks, Granddaddy.
He just lied right down.
Oh, yeah. It's protein.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to gross out my nephews when they were little. And I haven't done it for my son, but I would have a bug land in my drink and I'd be like, y'all watch. I'd drink it and it was kind of gross. I know that's gross, y'all. But I was just trying to gross my nephews out. And I'd drink it and I'd be like, it's protein, y'all. And yeah. I probably shouldn't have told y'all that. Okay. But but I did that just to kind of.
I think everybody at one time's done it. Just like they tell you how many spiders during the night you swallow while you're sleeping.
Ew.
I hope we haven't grossed out your audience too bad tonight, y'all. I'm so
sorry.
It's almost
at the end of the show, so I think we're okay.
They're used to it. That's our chat.
It's all my fault, y'all. I brought up some gross stuff.
Humor.
Yeah.
Us and our spandex and chicken fingers and
tater logs.
Now Vaini was a new one when he said that last name. Vaini. So now we got three ways to pronounce it, right? Vainis.
Vienna. There's Vienna. Because there's Vienna the right way. They say that's the right way.
And
that's not my right way. There's Vienna, Viennese. That's what Jimmy Payne says too. Remember, Jimmy Payne says it.
Yep.
And then Vienners. That's what my dad says.
Vienners.
So how many? That's like at least 4 to 5 pronunciations of that. I'm sure there's more.
Just call
Probably
them
is.
wannabes.
So have you ever thought about cutting them up? Just like instead of having pepperoni on a pizza, have your sausages on a pizza?
Viennese,
I have not.
Viennese and pepperoni pizza.
I wonder if that'd be good.
Hey, if you put some seasoning salt on it, anything's good. Okay, we can.
And hot sauce.
Why don't you put hot sauce, a little sriracha on it? You'll never know what you're eating, anyways. Put in some Wendy's chili.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just found out the other day that you can buy. I don't know. Somehow I got on this algorithm on TikTok as well. This woman was like buying family buckets of chili from Wendy's, and I was like, "Don't you know there's fingers in that?"
Ew.
Actually,
almost every restaurant has a secret menu supposedly where you can get this enormous that could feed like 2 families. It's like I can't believe it.
Secret menus. Ew.
The secret menu
ahead of time for your secret menu.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. After this conversation, I don't think anyone's going to want to eat fast food for a while.
We've been slowing down. Yeah.
Craft.
There's certain places I can't go to anymore.
I still like Culver's, but I don't know if they're just as bad as anybody else, but at least their burgers taste good.
Yeah. I mean, we're still trusting Culver's, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Others.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. We don't have a Culver's here. I think they've got some in some of the bigger towns, I think. But that's one thing I would love to try.
If you have any steak and shakes in that area,
we have those.
Steak and shake.
Yeah, we have
burgers. They smash down. They're nice and thin. They're butter burgers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll trust that place, but the other places, I don't know. Even Arby's is not the same roast beef as years ago.
They have a good hero though. We call them gyros down here, but they're supposed to be heroes. Yeah, those are actually really good.
We've always called them gyros.
Heroes. Yeah, but those are pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I try to just eat food at home these days if I can.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
We've been trying to cook a lot more.
I mean, even when you go to the grocery store, you sure where the meat's coming from.
Right.
I mean, that's the problem we have these days.
They say don't buy ground meat at all anymore. Like, just don't buy ground meat.
If you can go to a local butcher that gets it from a farmer, then maybe, okay, he ground up a cow that was already right here locally, but everything else, I'd be afraid.
Yes. I mean, we have some wonderful farms around where we live too. And they have great meat. I used to buy almost just about all my meat actually from a local farm in town. And my son's best friend, his family I bought like a half a pig from them and like a quarter of a cow. And, we'd buy like half pigs, quarter cows, and we fill up the chest freezer with all the meat and it would last us. I mean, it literally would last for over a year. Right. Just with all that. And that was clean, good meat. We knew exactly where it came from. And with ground beef, ribs, steaks, whatever, you name it, we had all of it.
Yeah.
And, that's the way to go if you can.
A lot of small communities still have a local farmer that'll butcher up for you, and you can get pigs, you can get cows, you can get whole chickens. I mean, you name it, you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I get our ground beef. I just go a mile down the road, and she's got these frozen tubes. So a lot better than the store. There's certain stores that we will go to, but then there's certain places, even at Kroger. I don't like all Angus, and so I don't buy meat at Kroger. I don't buy meat at Walmart. There's just certain couple like small places, you can tell it's kind of fresh and ground up.
I don't know if you guys will recall this, but last time I said Jimmy Payne earlier. I mentioned him, and Jimmy's a good friend of mine. He started talking about tuber meat or something. I don't know if y'all remember that. I know War Criminal remembers it. Okay, he was in the chat. But yeah, I did not eat meat for a while after that show. Actually, after that.
Well, even Kroger's and Walmart, where they used to grind their own meat, they don't even grind it anymore. It comes to them already packaged, so they don't even cut up or grind. So you can't even ask them to go back and grind or cut up a steak or something because they don't have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I trust the lady down the road. I know, and she takes her cows in, once a year, and she's got enough. And everyone in our tiny little town knows that, yeah, we can go down there and grab a whole chicken, or pre-made patties, or the ground beef,
Quarter cows, whatever. Just like
quarter cows, which is
my cousin on my mom's side of the family, they're pig farmers, so we can get pigs slaughtered, everything. So we're good.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I don't know. The point of the whole purpose of us talking about this, I think, is just we need to be more aware of what we're consuming.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. And if you go on, like I said, TikTok, my trusted news source, wink, wink. There's people that are like whistleblowers that used to work in places like the Tyson food plants.
Right.
I bought Tyson years ago. Mm-hmm.
And they're whistleblowers. They talk about like how truly unclean a lot of this stuff is. And so, yeah, we need to be more aware of what we're consuming. We really do, especially for our kids.
I mean, I'm sure it's like everything else. If you go get a McDonald's hamburger once in a while, I'm sure you'll probably be okay because we've ate them for years anyway before we found out the truth. So I think moderation. I wouldn't eat there all the time, but if you just have a craving once in a while, then maybe you're okay going to get a Happy Meal. Is there a reason why they called it Happy Meals, by the way?
Ooh. Make the kids happy. I don't know. Well, I don't really want to bring this up, but I think I will because my dog passed away about a month ago, about 3 weeks ago or so. I mean, it hadn't been that long. And she just died out of the blue, and she wasn't sick. There was absolutely nothing wrong with her that I knew of. And we've gotten some information recently to where we do believe that I think it was the food she was eating.
Oh, right.
And from this particular grocery store that I usually shop at, I have not shopped at there since. Since I found this out, they've taken all their dog food off the shelves. And I don't know exactly what to do about this, and I'm very upset about it. But I think it's
last I knew when you and I were talking, you were wondering if it was the flea medicine that they changed the flea medicine on her.
I thought it might have been, but I think it was the food. We found out that they had taken all the food off the shelf.
I remember hearing something about dog food, that there was something wrong with it. That dogs were dying.
Man, it's
there might be a lawsuit out there that you can already look up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just got this information a couple days ago, and so and all of her food came from that store. Treats, cans of food. She was eating everything came from that store. So we may have the culprit, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, you have to prove it.
I have the receipts.
Okay.
Where I was buying food from there on a daily basis, just about a weekly basis at least. All of her food came from there. So we'll see. I'll keep y'all posted on that, but it's stuff I'm not really comfortable talking. I haven't even been able to like process her dying yet. I mean, it's just been it's been absolutely terrible.
I understand that.
But
even when our large big goat Clyde passed, I could not tell our chat for weeks. I couldn't tell them. I avoided the cameras in the barn because I didn't want somebody to say, "Hey, where's Clyde?" It hit me so hard. Yeah, and it's to this day I have a hard time watching the videos and pictures. So I truly understand.
Man.
Yeah. Old Clyde's buried out on a family farm. We picked a spot at
close to the woods.
Dozer to dig a nice deep hole, so it didn't bother anything, and right on a wood lines. So Clyde's happy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well, I visit Freya every day, and in the morning and at night. And I had to bury my dog, and it was horrible, absolutely heartbreaking. But we just, it's not just us that we have to watch our food. Our food's with us, our pets too.
Mm-hmm.
And someone's like, I mean, everything is out to get us, y'all. Everything.
Yeah, and it's not just conspiracy. I know some people are going, "Oh, come on, you guys, wear your tinfoil hat. Look how many conspiracies are coming true." And I'm not going to mention all of them. But I mean, we've been talking about some of this stuff for 10 years or more, and it's finally coming out true. Now people are looking at us like, "Oh, You guys were right the whole time. Yes, conspiracies are
Oh, yeah.
true. Just avoid fast food. It's not healthy for you. If you
Right.
if you want to go, go ahead. But too many things have been coming true. So I just to think about McDonald's just makes me sick to my stomach. Nope,
Yeah,
not anymore.
me too.
Can't
Well,
do
Jess, I think we'll stop it on this topic, and we've had a great discussion anyway. All through this whole discussion, we've hit a lot of great topics.
Well, I
We
think we
have.
need to end with that video if you still have that. The one that we on Jessica's show last week.
The creatures on the maps.
Map. Do you still have the map video on that computer?
Yes,
We
I
did a
have.
great video.
There's a couple of them, right? We can end with those. We'll change the subject to the horrible food, nasty,
tumor
scary
meat.
creatures.
Let's see.
Ended on some cryptids.
Yeah, and with some cryptids.
Yeah.
Creepy food, the cryptids.
All right. Well, don't go anywhere, Jessica, but thank you everybody for coming tonight. We love you. We
Thank you,
appreciate it. We had a great attendance tonight. I think everybody came to see you, Jess.
Oh, good. Thank y'all for being here, everybody.
I came to see you.
Oh, thank y'all.
And thank you, everyone. Thank you, mods. We love you guys. And we apologize. We did cancel Friday at the last minute. We were just worn out and just pooped. We just went, we just skipped a Friday night. So we should be scheduled for next Friday.
Yep, we should be back on schedule. So I'll go ahead and play this video and oops.
And if you missed it, we did 2 shows with Jessica of old maps and these cryptids. And this is where this tiny little film came from. So go check out Jessica's channel and check out the 2 cryptid shows we did with her recently. Last week? 2 weeks ago.
Fantastic. It was last Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, last Monday
Y'all
and
were on the
Tuesday.
channel. I think it was Monday, Tuesday. I don't know. Y'all were on there twice last week. Thank y'all.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, it was 2 days in a row, and I said I was in the back. We were in the background for the whole day or the whole time.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday last week. Those were
It
good
was
shows.
fun.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'll show
They were.
this
Thank
one,
y'all.
and then we'll go ahead and hit the outro. So thank you everybody for coming, and I hope you enjoy this video, and we'll see y'all next time.
Oh,
Bye,
no.
y'all.